Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be doing my episode review for the most recent episode of Containment, which premiered last night on the CW. Now, as usual with most of my review videos, please be warned this will be full of major spoilers. This is a doozy tonight. Major spoilers regarding the most recent episode of Containment, so if you're not caught up by this episode or a couple of episodes, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into story detail. And once you are caught up, come on back and give this a video a listen and a watch. I think you'll like what you hear. So you have been warned. That being said, another very, very good episode tonight. It's, I feel like these past several episodes continue to escalate with each one, and we only have like 3 or 4 more left, and I feel like those are going to be our biggest wowzers. And tonight's episode was a big wowzer. Tonight was all about the truth. This was about Leo and Lex confronting the chief and Dr. Loomis, whatever her, if it's whichever name it is, about the truth. The truth is that the Syrian guy was not Patient Zero. Patient Zero was an associate of hers who called her a classified unregistered number in Nantucket, where she admitted she was vacationing. And there's a whole paper trail of evidence proving that she had the evidence proving her conspiracy exists destroyed, which also explains why the chief sent in the cop undercover. He faked getting left behind and being injured while they were doing the food drop, but it was all a stage. It was all part of his little covert operation. Get in there, and he's got the satellite phone to keep in touch with the chief and basically destroy evidence proving that the doctor created this conspiracy in the first place. And what was refreshing about this episode is that the chief was also just a pawn in all of this. He was not actually in on the conspiracy. He was just following orders that she gave him, and Lex was able to make him see the truth of it and for who she really was. And what was also too bad was that the last couple episodes, the doctor and Lex spent some time bonding together while in quarantine in the shipping container. And fortunately, neither of them were sick, which was great. But what was kind of a bummer is that they spend time, kind of bonding, getting to know each other, and then once they get out of the shipping container, Lex finds out that she manipulated this entire thing, that she's been behind it all along. It's like, shit, well, there goes all that bonding, it was all for nothing, because it turns out she's the big power player behind this whole quarantine cordon thing, and what we still don't know why. Like, why blame some Syrian refugee as the patient zero for causing this outbreak when in reality it was one of your own people that caused it? Why the cover-up? Why the secrets? And then Katie called out the doctor as well, and she called him out for being a coward because she and Jake were also getting suspicious that they were being lied to. So she tried questioning the doctor, but the SOB just basically ignored her questions and wished her well. And then she's like, hey, doctor, you're a coward, because he's in on the conspiracy as well. But what we don't know, and it's kind of driving me crazy, is why the cover-up? Was this a potential new biological weapon for the U.S. military that got out of hand, and they created this story about a Syrian refugee or terrorist who introduced it to this neighborhood in Atlanta? Or is there something bigger at play here? Because the doctor even says to Lex that in the name of national security, do not run this story. But he gave her the choice of resigning publicly, and it sounds like, for the moment at least, that she is going to call a press conference where she will resign, rather than revealing the truth as to what's really happening. On top of all of this, Teresa finally goes into labor, gives birth. Poor Dennis comes back, and he's sick, and he's dying. And then the woman, I can't believe she did this, to spare his conscience to give him somewhat a certain feeling of peace, told him that she was not pregnant with their love child, even though she really was. And I was like, wow, so she's going to give him peace of mind before he dies, that he did not father a child with her, even though he did. It's like, damn, that's pretty merciful if you think about it. And then speaking of mercy, The gang leader totally surprised me. Jake goes to confront his former cop friend, who turned out to be working as a Black Ops covert style guy when he destroyed the information. And then the gang leader gives him a box of supplies and food items to take back to Teresa because he reveals that she needs to be strong for her new baby, and he gets it because he has kids on the outside. So he's not a totally ruthless evil monster either. This is just a guy stuck in a horrible situation, and he gets it. He's a father as well. He's a parent. He understands the importance of taking care of children, which is why he gives Jake this box of supplies for pregnant Teresa. And it was like, and I'm like, wow, that was a really interesting scene and such an interesting thing for him to do as well. I thought he was going to try to keep Jake hostage or prisoner or something to get more info out of him about, where the location of the sat phone is. But no, he gave him a box of supplies and sent him on his way. And it's just like I said a few episode review videos ago. Crisis situations like this either bring out the best or the worst in people. And plenty of characters on this show, it has made them bring out their worst and their best. Now, the big kicker for tonight was like, okay, this episode, it seemed like it was ending pretty smoothly. Successful delivery. The group in the office building made them a makeshift carrier for the new baby. Xander, who's not showing any symptoms yet, who's self-quarantined, got to meet his little daughter, and Katie was in quarantine this whole time, and presumably she was not becoming sick, and it seemed like her window or her time frame for when she could get sick had passed. And then literally the last minute and a half of the episode, as she and Jake are having a nice pleasant conversation about what they're going to do once they're out of this whole mess, she coughs a little bit and blood splatters on the window between her and Jake, and then all look of hope and happiness completely disappears from both of them as those looks turn from happiness to complete and utter despair, shock, and terror. And now she's starting to cough blood, which means that Katie is most certainly going to die, unless within the next couple of episodes they find a cure or some kind of vaccine that allows her to get better. I don't know, but these final episodes I think are going to be the best ones of this miniseries, because tonight's was great, and I can't wait to see how this all wraps up. Well, guys, I hope you all enjoyed Containment as much as I did. Another great episode. What did you guys think of tonight's episode? Please feel free to leave your thoughts, opinions, and feedback down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear from everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more episode review videos like this one. Check out my Facebook page in the description down below. I think you'll like what you see. Containment airs its final episodes on the CW every Tuesday night. And thanks again for stopping by. Have a great rest of the night. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.